Hello everybody, hope you're fine. Welcome to DJ Stuff Videos and DJ Stuff YouTube channel. Today we are looking at the Denon DJ X1850 Prime. The Denon DJ X1850 Prime is a 4-channel digital mixer with multi-assignable inputs and Pro DJ FX compatible with Serato DJ Pro and a dual USB connection, so you can easily connect and assign all your hardware device and all your softwares. The onboard OLED screen allows you to have all information, including the 16 Pro Club BPM FX with a new time division touch rip. For the connections, you have of course the analog input and output with phono input on each channel, but you have also digital input and outputs. You have a second input mic, a MIDI out with MIDI DIN connection, a full Ethernet switch compatible with SageLink, SoundSwitch Lightning, Resolume Video and Timecom software. You have a send and return connection, a booth output, a record output and a master output. To finish with, you can access to a zip file with audio comparison from this mixer and a lot of other ones. Feel free to download it from the link in the description of this video. So you have two USB ports if you need to plug two computers to output the sound of your software, for example, or for DVS. You have just to choose which sound card you want to use here, USB 1, USB 2, and you have your little selector here, allow you to select digital music if you use it with some players like that, or line input, phono input. Notice that you have phono input on each channel, so it's pretty cool. The USB here, so you can output your computer, for example. I see a lot of people like me, when they want to see something on VLC or Windows Media Player, something like that, they can have their sound here, and of course DVS, if you want to mix DVS. And let's go to the first part, the gain control. So, gain control. After you will have, let's see with here, to have 0 dB, like that. EQs, it's pretty cool because with the EQ you can, we will see after in on the screen, in the settings of the mixer, you can adjust the frequency of the high and low, so you can manage the high and low without touching too much the medium part. It's a parametric EQ for high and low. It's pretty cool. So you can also set EQs to isolator or not. After filter, each channel has his own filter knob. You can also put on and off, and filter is not with the other FX, sweep FX here. It's pretty cool. You have two range for that. So filter, let's see with music here. So I can engage it or not. Pretty cool. Sweep FX, you have some settings directly on the screen, we will see after. And for filter 2, the filter can be bleed or totally kill too, so it's pretty cool. And some sweep FX 2. Dub echo. Oh, sorry. This knob. Of course, there are post fader, post crossfader. And you can also adjust those FX with the beat FX on the right. Noise. On the left, you will have cutting. And on the right, you will have the noise. You can adjust the amount of the noise, and you can, for example, put it with auto gate, for example. Let's see on another channel like that. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Etc. Let's put auto, beat, wash out. Pretty cool the wash out, because you can put like this and your echo will fade. Your wash out, it's a wash out. Without touching the fader. The Q, the PFL section, I don't like the Q term, the Q name, but I prefer PFL. But let's say Q. So you can adjust one Q if you want, 4 Q if you want. You can listen in your headphone the FX section. Sorry, and you can have settings directly on the screen. Allow you to. I prefer to put. If I want 2 or 3 if I want, but you have the opportunity to select one, and if you select another one, it will be off. You see, you can, if you prefer this function like that, you can set directly on the screen. And of course, when you have the player on the same brand, you can, in the shortcut, choose the color of your player here to have a good view of each player. BPM FX as seen here, we will see after the FX, but you can see that you can assign all the channel directly on the FX part. You can have fader A, fader B. So you see, I put those little switch to have this kind of stuff. Mic and master, so all in one. Fader and crossfader have their own contour adjustment, a curve adjustment. Faders are here, crossfader are here. You can change the crossfader if you don't like it, but it's flex fader, so I think it will be cool for all mix, except a very, very big turntablist. But you can, you see, you have just only two screws, so you can change it very rapid, very easy. And I'm not a big turntablist, but let's see what it can do. For example, let's go. So you see, even a bad turntablist like me can make some little trick with this crossfader. Okay, let's see the FX part. So you have a lot of FX. You can choose them with this button here. You can choose the channel, choose the time or directly the beat, tap tempo or auto tap, auto BPM. You can fix if the frequency of the FX. You see when you make an echo, for example, like that. You see it's very messy. But if you change a little bit the frequency, it's a way better. So you have echo, and each FX can be applied with the on-off button or directly on instant. And you have just to push the little touch strip. Daily. I very like making daily with the FX amount on 100%, you see, and with the on off. Let's see with this. Let's start. 2, 3, 4. Of course, you can up the level like that. All echo, it's my favorite. You have a reverb, but I prefer this one. So let's see with a little rhythm part. Ping pong. I can't hear the little modification on the pan because I have only one speaker, but you can listen you on your headphone or your speaker. Auto gate. It's pretty cool because with the instant button you can push directly like that. Or more. Flanger. I really don't like this FX because everybody is doing this with a little bit and big like that. When you see with all the music like that, I really don't like. But if you put with a little like that and big beat, it's pretty cool. Filter, it will be a filter with an LFO. Phaser, it will be the same as flanger. Beat Crush, it's a good example because you see we are on 96 BPM and I really don't like 96 MP3s, 96 kilobit by second for the MP3s. I always say you have to play wave, AEFF, FLAC for example, but leave your YouTube ripping like Mojax could say, or don't mix with bad MP3s because you will have this kind of music with a beautiful wave like that. It's 24 bit 48 kilobit and with an MP3 so it's a big crush, so you can use it on certain style of music. It's pretty cool. Reverb, it's more usable than the previous one. Roll, pretty cool function too. It's a little loop. You know now, but it's a little loop for those who don't know the roll function. And like we said, we can make with instant mode. I touch instant and after on off. Little mistake. Reverse roll. Reverse roll is the same thing, but in reverse. Ah, instant. It's pretty cool because you can make the instant FX, for example, or the FX like that. After breakbeats, you will have different patterns and you can edit them directly on the screen we will see after. And scratch. It will be like a reverse roll, but not too much. And you can play with the volume. Pretty cool too. The old echo, it's like the echo, but it will keep the beat like a little roll. Pretty cool too. The bumper, I don't have a good track to show you, but the bumper is like a pumping of your audio. If I have a synthesizer, something like that, it will be wow, wow, it's pretty cool. I will see with this music, but I don't know if you will realize, but it's pretty cool. You see it's pumping. Oh, and here it is, the send return. So let's see with a little rhythm. It's pretty cool because if you push instant, you have just to push to access to your send return. And if you push here, you have just to push your send return. Let's see. And with instant. So pretty cool too. And I think it's done for the FX part. We will see after the screen. Don't worry. Just before we will see all these other volume functions. So you will have two mic input, like we say in the presentation. You have on and off, talk over, a lot of functions inside the screen, like going to the booth, or going to the record, etc. You have a master output, stereo mono switch with a pan control if you need for maybe a whole disco or a whole track like 9060, 9070 or something like that, and both output here. And let's see what we have in the screen. So let's talk about the screen. You have a lot of things. So you have a lot of information direct here. You have just to push utility and you enter in the settings. So you have EQ, like I said, you can have isolator or normal, so bleeding. You can have your crossover on the high frequency. You can choose your frequency in low frequency too. So you can manage your frequency high and low without touching too much of the middle. It's pretty cool. Filter, like I said, you can touch, you can set the resonance you like. The how it goes when you want to kill or not bleed the music. With kill you have no music. With bleed you have little high frequency and low frequency. Headphone, you can have the attenuation, you can have a split output. See split, you can have the master on the left or right on your headphone. Microphone, like I said, you can have a lot of function, talk over, high, low. It's parametrical too. You can choose if you want to have your mic on your booth, output on your headphone, lot of things, FX, the volume of the return. You can assign or set the break. You see the beat break FX. You can sort like you want. FX list. You can have favorite FX and not all the FX, so you can choose which one you want. Etc. etc. Noise level. Like I said, I was in -4, I think, but you can have a very with plus 15. I think your ear will bleed. I think. So a lot of things. Advanced audio, it will be DVS, master, etc. You see out level, master limited, booth settings. You see, you don't have a pan on your booth, but you have on the screen. You have not a physical pan, but you can have here DVS setup, digital setting, a lot of things here, and system like the intensity of the display, brightness, engine connect, hue settings. Like I said, you can choose solo mode or not. Very lot of things. You can say if you want your crossfader and fader control can be locked. So it's pretty cool if you have a friend who is touching everything. A lot of things on the settings. So it was the Denon DJ X1850 Prime from Denon DJ. If you have any questions about this product, this mixer, feel free to ask under the in the content under the video. And see you next content. Take care, everybody. Thank you for watching this one. Bye bye.
Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.